Hello and welcome to Be Inspired with D. Amber, your Puerto Rican mommy with a sprinkle of French. And it's been such a long time that I have not been with you guys. So definitely, I really missed you. And I've been basically really busy with my life, just trying to sustain myself during these times. As you know, those who have the lollipop are more prone to get better jobs versus the ones who refused it. You know what I'm talking about. Um, Either the company will uh, not keep them, or basically hire them for season, which is what happened to me. So I'm a seasonal worker for right now, and just taking it one day at a time. Currently, right now, I'm going through my asthma days. I had it for a couple days due to having the flu. When I have a flu or whatever, it's harder for me to fight the flu because of asthma. So I generally have to uh, strengthen my immune system as always, which is why I go off and on diet regimens because it keeps my immune system stronger. And during the holidays, it's a little harder to basically stick with it. So, how is everyone doing? We are almost in that 2022 mode, right? Almost in that 2022 mode. And we're going to get rid of 2021 as to, oh, 2022 is going to be my year. We don't really know that, right? We don't really know that. All we can do is we do our best. And remember, your health is wealth. So congratulations to those who sustained or basically kept themselves together health wise, and I don't want to be mean and talk about the vax versus the unvax, but those who have not been on the lollipop end, basically, you know what I'm talking about, have been more open as far as on the pineal end. Your pineal gland, or basically your third eye, has been a lot more open, which is a good thing, okay? And there's been a lot of division with the vax, with the, don't even want to say that word, but the V and the on V. So basically, all I can say is whatever end you went in, because I have many loved ones that have gotten the lollipop, and I wish they didn't go that route, but you're grown and you choose whatever you want to choose, right? So, but next year, or well, minutes away, will tell you if you did something that you shouldn't have done. But then again, a lot of these lollipops were, how would I say, were placeboed, or possibly saline was drenched in the saline solution. So in reality, the lollipop was uh, really more like there was a plan of getting rid of so many people, or basically our world going into another agenda. However, the military turned this around with my favorite, you know who I'm talking about, since I'm patriotic, my favorite, Mr. T. Yep. Turning it around with the military. And being patriotic, basically meaning that I love my country, and I'm wishing the best for my country and for everyone who is here in our country. And there's so much going on. I listen to many other YouTubers. Let me just say it again and kind of pull out what I generally entertain myself with, especially on YouTube, because I don't watch mainstream media. So I do watch Earthamina, and generally, currently, right now, she's talking about the pulling yourself from your birth certificate and social security, becoming sovereign, with another person who is also wise on that end, which she will show on her show. She's very knowledgeable. She's been on this whole thing since last year of the ending of January, early February or late February, early March. Thank I thank her for that. I've listened to her. And also as far as her show, she's she's on point. She's very passionate about what she discusses. Also, I love watching Infinite Waters. Ralph Smart. He gives you a, a different perspective, and he incorporates a lot of spirituality in his show. And he wrote a book called Feel Alive, um, and he talks about his vegan journey, etc., etc. I love watching his show too. It's a picker upper type of show. It motivates you. Also, one lady that I discovered recently was Tarot by Janine, and I think her predictions are so awesome as well. And on, she goes with she's interviewed. I'm sorry, she's interviewed with other people. They invite her to her show, and she is interviewed, and they ask her, "What do you think?" And she answers it with her cards. So that's basically Tarot by Janine. And you got Amina, Earth Amina, or Lois Lane, the Daily Planet, and you have Infinite Waters, who's Ralph Smart. Joseph Tittle, I listen to his show as well, sometimes as well. Um, wow, there's so many good shows that you can listen to, which is why I've disregarded in its totality, mainstream media. I don't watch it at all. Um, oh wow, it's just so much information out there on YouTube. Mark Z, Coffee with Mark Z, he's a good one too. He talks about metals, money metals, investing in money metals, the importance of investing in money metals, and how important it's going to be for us when all of a sudden the money crashes. So the money is not going to really matter once it crashes, and we're not going to have that that money. So if you invest in metals, like you invest in gold, you invest in silver, it'll be worth more during that time. It could be in a year, it could be 2 years. Speaking of a year or 2 years, I also like Sherry Ray. She talks about the med beds. The med beds is basically a pod device. It's a pod device where in the future, you'll be able to get in this if you have a cold or if you have any type of illness. You could go in this pod like device. You can lay down on it. I believe it has 3 stages. You lay down on this bed, and it will give you a readout. I believe, step one, two, and three. I'm not sure exactly, and it'll heal you. It'll heal your ills. And psychic LJ also, she says that first they'll have the DNA device in your bathroom checking your poop, basically, to see how you're doing. So the future has a lot of good stuff for us. So it's an exciting time to be alive. At the same time that it's an exciting time to be alive, you have to stay prayed up. You have to steer clear from instilling too much fear, because fear is not going to help you, especially currently right now. Oh, and so many people have talked about, Amber, what happened to your hair? You cut it all off. Okay, well, I did cut my hair, and I cut my hair in let's see, when was it? What month? Um I believe it was September, late September or October, and I cut it up to here, and it's grown. And the reason why I cut my hair is because I went on a I went into a juice diet, like a green juice diet, and I did that for about 3 months, and it was really, helpful. And I did it due to my autoimmune condition, inflammation. When you have autoimmune, you have inflammation. So I did it with that for that reason, and all of a sudden I went cold turkey and I did the carnivore diet. So the flip of the diet actually kind of thinned my hair out a bit, and I was like, oh my god, my hair's changing. It's getting weak, and I was basically, you could see my hair like almost fall, not fall like fall, but really get thinner. So I said, you know what? So just let me cut it off. So that's exactly what I did. I mean, it was short. It's growing now. It's growing. So that's a good thing. So now I'm just incorporating everything, but I have to be careful not to put in so much stuff like grains because I have food allergies as well. So that hasn't ended. Oh my God, I hear the celebrations. They're already shooting outside. Oh, that makes me paranoid sometimes, especially when I'm not part of the party. Okay, so anyways, going back to certain people that I have listened to or basically watched, that's Sherry Ray. She talks about the med beds as well. And she says that we may get the med beds soon. We're hoping on it because so many people are hoping for the med beds because so many people have had ailments. Many people are paralyzed. So they say that this bed can cure any type of paralysis. I don't know, and it's a high technology type of bed. So we have a lot of surprises in the future, of wonderful things coming. So I'm wondering exactly, wow, just the many changes, and it's also going to help people mentally, basically if they suffered any traumas, because currently right now I believe where this is going, these med beds have been around for a long time. Because so they also say, and let me incorporate this as well, they also talk about John F. Kennedy Sr., uh, that he passed away a couple years ago, and the reason why was because he also used the med bed. Therefore, he had a long life. So he didn't die in 1963 as they said he did. What was shot down was a decoy, or a clone was shot, which is why when you see that footage and Jackie Onassis catches it and she puts it right back, I mean, I was like, wow, that what it looked like a chunk of gray matter, but then you look at the book and you look at how stiff it looks. And I've been to cadaver labs because at one point my major was in nursing, and I've gone to cadaver labs and all that, and I know how body parts look like. So when I see this footage and I see it in the book, it doesn't really look like it was in the flesh. It looks more like a piece of rubber material. If you really look at it and you know about film and you know about medicine, or basically, don't want to say science, but basically anatomy, which is what I took up when I was going into nursing school. So, but I didn't go to nursing school. I switched my major completely. And speaking of majors, because I'm trying to put all this in together. Speaking of majors, because we are a republic, but currently right now we're a republic in limbo because it hasn't gone in full throttle. If you have a degree of whatever, uh, of whatever major, it's going to be nulled. Okay, it's not going to count, I guess, because it's in the United States Corporation, and the United States Corporation has been nulled. Okay, it's been nulled. So basically, but be grateful if you really learned from what you did, especially English. I mean, whoever majored in English or in Spanish or a language, you did pretty well. But also, when I watch Above Majestic, if you watch that movie as well, they talk about, if you watch Above Majestic, that all the subjects that we have been given have been nothing but basically, um they're just, how would I say, they've been all a lie. It's been a lie. Our our studying, all of this stuff has been a lie. So basically what we learn has not been true. Same with the first president, because we were a republic first, remember? Then in 1871, the United States Corporation, which was a business, came through, and all of that. There's so much history, and we have to know the real history of what really happened. And there's so much more information that we don't know that will pan out really soon. I don't know exactly when, but it will pan out real soon. So, yeah, it's just a lot of information out there. Currently, right now, I don't have anything written down, but it's just the excitement of when it all pans out. Like so many people say, "Oh my God, I can't wait till this all blows over." I mean, everyone's tired of this mask thing. I mean, it's ridiculous. Then you have these doctors, I mean, playing off this whole thing with, PCR tests, and which are so dangerous in your nose. You allow this. I have a friend of mine who got the lollipop, and she got the flu, and she goes, well, the doctor gave me a PCR test. I'm like, why should he give you a PCR test? To tell you it was a flu? The PCR test doesn't say that you have the flu or not. It's ridiculous. These doctors just want to get paid whichever way they want to get paid. I mean, I I strongly believe these doctors should just take a holistic course so they could learn about nutrition, and they could learn, whatever they have to learn, so that, so your causes, because currently right now we're we're ascending to the five dimension, and the more negative causes you make, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to go up. You're not going to go up. Instead, your practice is going to go down. The more causes you make, and you're not helping somebody, if you got a degree to help others, then use that degree as such, because so many doctors are going against the grain instead of being realistic um and using their hearts, being that warrior, having that warrior mentality, and using their heart to help the population versus to harm them. Like my mom used to say, if you're going to do something, do it, you know, don't harm, help if you can, do not harm. And so I feel that if you're going to be part of, or if you're going to be of service and you're going to help another, help them without hurting them, right? Also, are you guys going to have any goals? No plans for any excuse me. Oh my God, my my throat is so itchy. I speaking of goals, I lost my train of thought because this this asthma thing, this cough is so crazy in my throat. It's probably the blinds that have a little dust that triggered my cough. But all in all, last year I had put my list of goals in a box, and wow, that was an M80 that just I just heard. And I put rocks. I put the crystal clear rock. I put one of the other rock. I really don't know what this one is. It's shiny. And this is more like a hematite. And I put different type of rocks. Tiger's eye. And lapis. And pink crystal. And I put another one. I put all of these stones, and I put a wish list, and I said, you know what, I know it's not January 1st, but I wanted to probably, let's see. Oh my God. Should I say what I wrote? My goals. Mm. Oh, wow. Okay. I spoke about my allergies and asthma to overcome them. And I also talked about being motivated and more focused. Find a good paying job, flexible job, huh? Oh my, I have a list of things. Oh wow. Oh my. These are personal as well. It's kind of hard for me to read all the personal ones, but this is what I did. I did this on January 1st. I actually took all these stones. I took different stones and I put it in my red box, which was this box right here. And I closed it the 1st of January. I mean, you could do this in the spring of the spring equinox, because that's basically when the new year really starts, the spring equinox. And I put all these stones in there, and I put in my wishes, and I put in what I want to overcome. A lot of these wishes and challenges have been personal, so I didn't want to put it all out there. Unless as soon as I get that book done, then you'll see a little bit more transparency in me. D'Amber, your Puerto Rican mommy with a sprinkle of French. Hey, currently right now I'm not feeling all that great. Like I said, um, I'm experiencing my asthma and a little flu, but it's not bad. I don't have a fever or anything like that. It's just the coughing, you know. But all in all, I spoke about what you can do in the beginning of the year. Get your little stones, put all your wishes and challenges in a list, and put it in a box with the stones and open it up just like I did. Although I opened it up sooner than expected, than the 1st of January, because I'm going to go to sleep early anyway. So, what else did I want to say? Also, no, just so much stuff going on in this world, and the people that I named in the beginning of my Be Inspired with D'Amber page or show, are people that I have been watching for quite some time, uh, and I have enjoyed, and has have kept me busy. Whereas I don't need to watch mainstream media at all, and I haven't watched it since last year. I haven't watched mainstream media because there has been so many lies. I mean, just so many lies. So it's just ridiculous to make yourself delusional. If you can watch something that's credible. Um, I would say don't depend too much on your brain. Depend more on your heart, because your heart won't steer you. It's what you feel, right? And feelings come from the heart. I would say, go with what your heart, um, what you feel. And when I was watching mainstream media and all of this craziness was happening, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. This is crazy. This is not true. So once in a while, if I visited a friend or something and the TV is on, I'll just take a little sneak peek at it. But I'm not into watching mainstream media anymore. And the ratings have basically gone down. It has really gone down. So, but yeah, and the holidays also was one thing that I wanted to talk about. A lot of people say, I don't celebrate Christmas and all of this. And the reason why a lot of people has had has said that, not because they don't believe in Christ or whatever, but because um, it has been done for bad intentions, like celebrating the 25th, or whatever you celebrate. There've been a lot of darkness going on that day. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to celebrate the 22nd. If I just celebrate December 22nd like a Christmas Eve, and December 23rd as Christmas, or Christ's birthday on that particular day, and just have a prayer visual during that time, the 25th. Pray for all the children, because so many children have gone missing on on every globe. 8 million kids, and the fight. You know, we're or basically the military and Trump has basically cleared a lot of these dumbs and all of that, which is really great. Tarot by Janine talks about that, and a lot of these other patriots talk about this. Amina talks about it as well. She makes children priority. I mean, I give credit to these people because they, they're bearers of truth. They pull out truth and they share it with you. They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that, and I enjoy watching it. And I'm not a fanatic or anything, but I like to listen to what's going on. It's like back in the day, people used to watch the news, because they thought, man on the moon is the real thing. You see a man floating in the moon, but that was bullshit. That never happened. But they've had other things happening in the moon, like they've had I believe like laboratories, because there's other planets in the future. And check out Psychic LJ in the future, where she talks about in her crystal ball. She talks about that we will be able to travel to other planets, and we will be able to connect with other beings from other planets. I'm not talking about the reptiles and the man made, but other good beings. There's other good beings out there as well, not only the reptilians and the grays and all that. Because I don't want to mess with anything that's either man made, reptiles, or anything like that, that's on BS. We have enough people on earth that are on BS and that are confused and lost. Although I do pray for those people, but sometimes it gets overwhelming because you still don't get it. But all in all, I'm going to go for now. Your Puerto Rican mommy with a sprinkle of French. Be inspired with the amber. I'm going to go because I'm going to drink a tea. I'm not feeling it right now, but I will do my best to be back real soon. And I'm not going to say when because I haven't kept my promises. So that's one thing that I don't want to do. I just want to do the best that I can. Okay. Thank you so much, and happy 2022. And I will see you next year. Okay. I love you guys, and make it happen. Whatever that is, make it happen.